Our children went through something that they should not have to go through. We just want to understand what happened on that day.
For months, parents of students at Evergreen High School have called for the police reports related to that shooting back in September. More than 7 months after the shooting, we now have those documents. Within the last 90 minutes, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office released a 664-page report detailing the response from law enforcement and reports from students. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. The 16-year-old shooter injured 2 students, as you know, at Evergreen High School on September 10th before taking his own life. 9 News investigative reporter Kevin Vaughn has been digging into these new documents, hundreds of them. Kevin, what have you learned so far?
Well, Phil and Kim, it's clear from these reports that the danger was over relatively quickly. The shooter was in an ambulance and on his way to a hospital before many officers arrived. But those officers had no way of knowing that and carried out a painstaking search of the school that took hours. The 16-year-old shooter critically wounded 2 students before multiple officers confronted him outside the school. He was armed with a pistol, and the reports made it clear that those officers tried repeatedly to get him to drop the revolver in his hand. "I'm going to put the gun down," the shooter said, then moments later shot himself. But the report details how in the confusion, no one knew if there were more victims or more shooters. The documents include varying descriptions of the shooter himself, including bus video showing a seemingly normal interaction with another student that morning. One teacher said he was lonely, sullen, and did not have many interactions with fellow students. But in the class period before the shooting, said he was engaged in class and gave no indications of what he was planning. One thing that was also clear, officers who went to the school that day knew that radio communication from inside the building were difficult. One officer said that after clearing a hallway, he found a door to the outside so that he could step out and report what he'd found during his search. We'll have much more on this detailed but heavily redacted report on 9 News at 5. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
There's always so much to learn from these things, Kevin, and things to change. You can understand why parents have been kind of anxious to get more information.
Yeah, and we see some things in these reports, Kim, that tell us things learned from prior tragedies like this. There were students who, barricaded themselves, locked doors and stuff. There were other students who had easy access out of the school and fled and ran, got the heck away from there when they heard gunfire.
I bet you never really get a resolution, but you can get some clarity from the documents.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.